पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. From today, we are going to begin Dakshinamurti Stotram Vartika, which is known as Manasollasa. And on this Vartika, there is टीका by Ramatirtha. So we are going to do Dakshinamurti Stotra by Bhagavan Bhagavatpada Shri Shankaracharya ji. On that, Manasollasa Vartika by Sureshwaracharya ji and टीका by Ramatirtha. So, I need not mention anything about Bhagavan Bhashyakar. You are already familiar with that, with him, and also about Dakshinamurti Stotram. It is a song in the praise of the teacher. More will come here itself. The word Bhagavan Bhagavatpada Sureshwaracharya ji, who has written Vartika, so he has written Vartika on Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the very famous and very big work, and then Taittiriya Upanishad Bhashya Vartika is there. Then there is Vartika on Panchikaranam, which is also by Sureshwaracharya ji, and then he has written this Vartika, Dakshinamurti Stotra Vartika, which is known as Manasollasa. Manasollasa is Ullasanam, means the joy, the ecstasy of the mind. So that is Manasollasa. And that he expresses here in this text. Can you hear or not? Then Ramatirtha, who is the commentator, is a highly scholarly person, Acharya, who has written commentary also on Upadesha Sahasri. On Upadesha Sahasri, two commentaries are available. One is Anand Giriji's, and Ramatirtha ji's commentary is more elaborate than Anand Giriji's commentary. So he is a great commentator, great Acharya also. The word Dakshinamurti Stotram. Stotram means that which is for stuti. Stutyartham stotram. This is the meaning. So that which is used for praise. So now the question is, praise is normally when a smaller thing is glorified, praised to something bigger. But Paramatma Dakshinamurti means Paramatma. I will explain the word Dakshinamurti. Brahma in the form of Guru will be Dakshinamurti. So that Brahma, that Paramatma, there is no such praise is needed to make him greater than what he is. He is already the greatest. So we don't need any other praise for him as such. But then this praise is of a different kind. So what is that? This praise is where his remoteness is eliminated. We are not showing a small as big. So the praise is not in that form. But the praise here is that the one who we think is far is the closest. In this way, there is the glorification. And then this is one type of glory. Second glory is that this Paramatma is always understood with prapancha, with creation, with upadhi. And the real glory is to reveal Paramatma without prapancha, without upadhi, nirupadhika. So both ways there is glorification. One is when I think that Paramatma is far and I go on praising, but that same Paramatma, it is sannihita, when it is understood as my own self, then that is real glory. And the other glory, stuti, is in the form of knowing Paramatma without prapancha, without upadhi. So, in other words, third way, if you want to know, that Paramatma as Ananda Swarupa, where there is no trace of dukkham. All dukkham comes from upadhi. All duality comes from upadhi. So that which is Parama Ananda Swarupa and that which is free from all limitations as my own self. Understanding in this way, this is the song here. So, because generally stuti, stotram is understood in the form of that some upasana stotram is there, so many Vishnu Sahasranama stotram is there, or Lalita Sahasranama stotram, or other stotrams that you sing the praise. But where is Paramatma? Far. And it is with some upadhi. And I am not Ananda Swarupa, I continue to remain Dukkha Swarupa. So all three limitations are there. Paramatma is far, is with upadhi, I am still Dukhi. For a short time I become peaceful, that's all. So this stuti is of different nature. It removes all such limitations. In this way, this is stotram. Then the word Dakshinamurti. So Dakshinamurti word is split as Dakshinascha Amurtishcha Dakshinamurti. Dakshina, one meaning of Dakshina is south, and Amurti means the one whose face is towards Dakshina, southern direction, is called Dakshinamurti. And the southern direction deity, presiding deity of southern direction, if you know, is Mrityu. So the one who can face death also, Kalaha. Who can face? Only the one who is Mrityunjayaha, the one who has won over Mrityu. He can fearlessly face Mrityu. So Dakshinamurti means the one who is Kalasya Kalaha, Mrityunjayaha. This is one meaning of Dakshinamurti. Second meaning, Dakshina also means expert. Dakshina, in Vishnu Sahasranama there is one name, Bhuri Dakshinaha, right? Such name comes. So Dakshinaha means somebody who is an expert. Daksha word is from that only. So the one who is expert means somebody who is very wise, very learned, is called Dakshina. Both in Vyavahar also as well as Paramartha also. And Dakshinaha and Amurtihi. So first split is Dakshina and Dakshinascha Amurtischa, Dakshinamurti, Karmadharaya. Second is Dakshinascha Amurtischa, he is formless. So he is knowledge, wisdom, and he is formless also. First meaning is the one who fearlessly faces death. Second meaning is the one who is wise, knowledge, wisdom, and formless. Third meaning is Dakshina and Murtihi. Dakshina cha Murtishcha, Dakshina Murtihi. Murti means form. So we took Amurtihi, Amurtihi, now Murtihi. Murti is the form. And Dakshina means that intellect which destroys moha. So, Shemushi Dakshina Prokta. Dakshina is nothing but Shemushi. Shemushi means Moham Mushnati iti Shemushi. She means moha. Shemushi, Mushnati, Mush is the dhatu. So Shemushi means that which destroys the moha is called Dakshina. So Bhagavan as Guru who destroys the moha. Moham Mushnati iti Shemushi, that is Dakshina Murti. So embodiment of knowledge who destroys my ignorance. So this is Guru Avatara. So this is Guru Ganam. As Maharaj Ji has said here, he is the Guru. So we sing his glory, and we just had Guru Purnima. So this is appropriate opportunity to sing his glory and get his wisdom. Now we begin with the first invocation here. So first invocation is by Sureshwaracharya ji. So repeat after me. Mangalam dishatu me vinayako. Mangalam dishatu me saraswati. Mangalam dishatu me maheshwari. Mangalam dishatu me sadashivah. Mangalam. So Mangalam dishatu me vinayako. Mangalam dishatu me saraswati. Mangalam dishatu me maheshwari. Mangalam dishatu me sadashivah. in this meter, so you have to split 7 and 4. So Mangalam Dishatu Me is 1. Then you can have the pause and then Vinayaka, Saraswati, Maheshwari, Sadashiva. So some compositions they have Saraswati, Maheshwari last line and Sadashiva third quarter. So now Mangalam is that may we attain all auspicious. First worship is of Ganesha because he is Vigna Harta. He removes Vignas, so he can remove all of them. So Vinayakaha, he is the Vigna Dhvamsaka Nayaka. So for Mangalam, we seek his blessings so that we study this without any obstruction. Then Mangalam Dishatu Me Saraswati, because Saraswati is the giver of knowledge. So we seek her blessings also, Saraswati is. Then Sadashiva, Mangalam Dishatu Me. So Dishatu means they give, they bestow Mangalam on us in this way. Bhagavan Shiva, Sadashiva, Mangalam Dishatu. Bhagavan Shiva is the Guru and Maheshwari is the Vidya, Sakshat. Brahma Vidya is, Brahma Vidya is Maheshwari. In Kenopanishad, Uma Bahushobhamana is Haimavatim. So Haimavati, that daughter of Himavan, herself is Brahma Vidya. So that's why Brahma Vidya is studied here in the mountains, in Himalayan mountains. So may they all bless us, Ganesh ji, Saraswati ji, Bhagavan Shiva and Devi Parvati. प्रोद्यच्छाखमहावटद्रुमतले योगासनस्थं प्रभुं प्रत्यक्तत्वबुभुत्सुभिः प्रतिदिशं प्रोद्वीक्ष्यमाणाननं मुद्रान्तर्कमयीं ददानममलं कर्पूरगौरं शिवं हृद्यन्तः कलये स्फुरन्तमनिशं Shri Dakshinamurtikam. So the meaning of the shloka is this. Shri Dakshinamurtikam Hridyantaha Kalaye. Kalaye means I dwell on, I meditate on Shri Dakshinamurti. So Shri Sahita Dakshinamurti. Shri means all Vibhuti, all Aishwarya. Shri Sahita Dakshinamurti. And I meditate on him where? Hridyantaha, in my heart. Means in my buddhi. And what is the nature of this Bhagavan? Where is he seated? So that is said first. Prodya Chakha Mahavata Drumatale Yogasanastham Prabhum. Prabhu, the Lord, is Prodya. Prodya means well grown. Prodya Chakha Mahavata. Mahavata Vriksha is there. Vata Druma. Druma means Vriksha. Mahavata Vriksha. On the Tala means that the parapet, as they call, the lower area of the tree, there Yogasanastham Prabhum, Bhagavan is seated in the Yogasana. So Yogasanastha means, yoga means the one who is yoga, one meaning is dhyanam. So Yogasana means in the posture of meditation. Or yoga itself is asana. Yoga can mean the wisdom. So his asanam is wisdom itself. He is seated in knowledge. Either you can say he is seated in meditative posture, or you say he is seated in jnanam. This is what we call brahmanishtha. Kasmin nishtha? Brahmani means brahmajnane. In this way, yogasanastham. Prabhum, he is sarva samartha, all capable. Pratyak tattva bubhutsubhihi pratidisham prodvikshmana ananam. Prodvikshmanam ananam yasya saha prodvikshmana ananam tam prodvikshmanan. So the one who is ananaha tam prodvikshmanam. So prodvikshmanam ananam yasya saha prodvikshmanananaha tam prodvikshmananam. Pratidisham, from each direction there are these disciples facing him, looking at him, surrounded by such disciples. And who are all these disciples? Pratyak tattva bubhutsu. They are all pratyak tattvasya bubhutsu. They all are seekers of pratyak tattva. Taihi pratyak tattva bubhutsubhihi. Bubhutsu, Budh dhatu, what is the pratyaya? San pratyaya. Bodhum ichu, bubhutsu. Bubhutsubhihi pratidisham prodvikshamananam. So Bhagavan is surrounded by all students, and here see another hidden message is also given, that when you are sitting there to listen to Brahma Vidya, then you should look at teacher. There are some people, they sit behind someone, they either hide or they look down or look somewhere. Such people will never get Brahma Vidya. You have to look at the teacher. And you cannot say, I will close my eyes and meditate while I am doing Shravanam. If you want to close your eyes, you go in some other room and do it. If you are sitting there, when Brahma Vidya teaching is going on, you have to face the teacher with eyes open and absorb. Because everything is required. So, this is what is said in the other shloka of Dakshinamurti, that Bhagavan is surrounded by Avrutam Brahmanishtha. Avrutam Brahmanishtaihi. So there Brahmanishtaihi, here it is given Pratyak Tattva Bubhutsu. So there Brahmanishtha means you should understand Saguna Brahmanishtha. Because if they are already Brahmanishtha, then why they have come? And they may still come just to be in the company of Paramatma, means another Brahmanishtha. That is also possible. Or right, under another way of understanding is that they all are Saguna Brahmanishtha and now they want to be Nirguna Brahmanishtha. So they already have done enough upasana. Now Bhagavan is Mudram Tarkamayim Dadhanam. So Bhagavan gives them or shows them Tarkamayim Mudram. What is your part here? Tarkamayim. नो बट तर्कमयीम और तत्वमयीम. So there is another reading also. Mudram tattvamayim. Tarkamayim. Tarkamayi means that the knowledge will be imparted through tarka also. That is called Tarkamayi mudra. Or Tattvamayi means showing the oneness, what is called as Chin mudra. The oneness between Jivatma Paramatma. Tarka word, you already know now what is Tarka. In Dasha Shloki, you have done enough thinking. Tarka means what? Yadi vanni na syat, tarhi dhumopi na syat. This is the Tarka. This is done by who? Siddhanti or Purva Pakshi? This is done by Siddhanti against Purva Pakshi. Why? To remove Vyabhichara Shanka. That is called Tarka. What is the Vyabhichara? Dhumo astu vanni mastu. This is the Vyabhichara Shanka. Let there be Dhuma, but there is no vanni. So if somebody does some such Shanka, then to remove that, Tarka is done. Yadi vanni na syat, tarhi dhumopi na syat. So this is Aharya Jnanam. Knowingly, I superimpose the absence of fire. I know that there is fire, but I superimpose. Apadyavatta, Apadaka Jnanam. Correct? This is Badhakalina Ichhajanya Jnanam, and the Karanam for that is Apadya Vyapya Apadakavatta Jnanam. Apadya Vyapya Apadakavatta Jnanam. So this is one Karanam for Tarka, and second is Apadya Vyatireka Nishchaya. So both are required for Tarka. So, and in this Tika you will see, so in Tika Anumanam is also done profusely. So you will have to know this Paksha, Sadhya, Hetu thoroughly. Means we will try to see some of it at least, if not in every case. Tarkamayim mudram dadhanam amalam. Bhagavan is Vishuddha, pure. Karpura Gauram, Karunavataram. Bhagavan is Karpura Gauram. So, Atyanta Vishuddham, Shivam, most auspicious, blessed. To that Bhagavan, Hridiyantaha Spurantam Anisham, the one who is constantly available as Swayam Prakasha Rupa. Anisham Spurantam. He is of the nature of knowledge. Anisham Kalaye or Anisham Sfurantam Kalaye. Day and night or endlessly. Anisham actually means endlessly. Endlessly I dwell on him, meditate on him. Shri Dakshinamurtikam. So now if you have the shloka, right? Both of you have the shloka? Okay. Then we can chant this shloka, or tomorrow we will chant if you don't have that. Next shloka you chant. Nattvadyan Shankaracharya Mukhyan Sarvan Gariyasaha Manasollasa Vrittantam Varnayami Yathamati Nattvadyan Shankaracharya Mukhyan Sarvan Gariyasaha Manasollasa Vrittantam Varnayami Yathamati. आद्यान शंकराचार्य मुख्यान सर्वान गरीयसः नत्वा, having bowed down, to all the previous great acharyas, starting with Bhagavan Shankaracharya or main as Shankaracharya. Shankaracharyan Mukhyan Sarvan Adyan Gariyasah. Gariyasah means those who are Sreshtha, those who are great acharyas, to all of them. Gariyasah, what is the pratyaya, you know? How is that shabda formed? Guru, Iyasun pratyaya is there. From that becomes Gariyasa shabda. So, having offered salutations to all, Manasollasa Vrittantam Yathamati Varnayami. I do this Varnanam of Manasollasa Vrittanta. Vrittanta means the Manasollasa composition which is there, of that I do Varnanam. Yathamati means as per my abilities, as per my understanding. इह ही भगवान भाष्यकारः, फर्दर नाउ, इह ही भगवान भाष्यकारः श्रीमत् शंकराचार्य नामा मंदमतीन तत्वजिज्ञासून अनुगृहीतुं दक्षिणामूर्ति स्तोत्र व्याजेन समस्त वेदांत रहस्यम आविष्कार दशभिः पद्यबंधैः. Here Bhagavan Bhashyakar, whose name is Bhagavan Shri Shankaracharya Nama, Mandamatin Tattva Jignasun Anugrihitum. Some compositions are for those who are Vedanta Shastra Shravana Alasa. Some compositions are for Mandamati. Mandamatin Tattva Jignasun, they are Tattva Jignasu, but they are not capable of dwelling on Upanishad mantras themselves. So for them, Anugraha, grace is showered by Bhagavan. Dakshinamurti Stotra Vyajena, with the pretext of this composition of Dakshinamurti Stotra, Samasta Vedanta Rahasyam Avishchakara. The secret of the entire Vedanta Shastra is revealed here. Dashabhihi Padyabandhaihi, with the help of 10 stanzas. Tachishyaihi Vishwarupacharyaihi Sureshwara Aparanamabihi Tat Padyabandharthat तत्वं तात्पर्यतो मानसोल्लास नामना वार्तिकात्मना ग्रंथ संदर्भेण आविष्कृतम. And his shishya tad shishyaihi Vishwarupacharyaihi. So Bahuvachanam is used for Adara by the Vishwarupacharya. Vishwarupa was another name for Shri Sureshwaracharya ji. Sureshwara Aparanama B. Says another name was Sureshwaracharya also. Tat Padya Bandhartha Tattvam Tatparyato, the those 10 stanzas, Padya, Bandha, Artha Tattvam. So the meaning of those 10 stanzas, Padya Bandha means the poetic composition. Its Artha, Tattvam, its essential teaching, तात्पर्यतः मानसोल्लास नामना वार्तिकात्मना ग्रंथ संदर्भेण आविष्कृतम. He composed this Manasollasa Vartika. You know the difference between Vartika and Karika? What is Vartika? चिंता प्रवर्तते तम ग्रंथम वार्तिकम प्राहुः वार्तिकज्ञ विचक्षणः. So there were ukta, anukta, durukta, all these chinta, discussion, thinking is there. This is Vartika. This is the definition shloka. So ukta, anukta, durukta, arthanam, chinta, all this is given there. In other words, what is said, ukta means what is already said is also discussed. Anukta, what is not said, is also discussed. And durukta means not that it is not said correctly. Durukta can mean that what is said, but it is not easily understandable. So that also is clarified. Ukta, anukta, and durukta. Their chinta, their thinking, that is called Vartika. In Karika, Karika is that where I have explained what is Karika. स्वल्पवृत्तौ बहोरर्थस्य सूचनी. Karika is that in swalpavritti, lot of meaning which is hidden, that is revealed, that is Karika. Bahorarthasya Suchani. So you have Vartika and Karika. Differently to understand, Vartika is where you are expanding on what is already given. Karika is something is not evidently said, and you have to extrapolate that. That is Karika. So this is the difference between Vartika and Karika. Okay, so now this work is a Vartika, Manasollasa. ग्रंथ संदर्भेण आविष्कृतम तम इमम ग्रंथम यथाशक्ति विवृणोमि. दिस ग्रंथ आई एम गोइंग टू डू विस्तार यथाशक्ति एज पर माय एबिलिटी. तत्र विशिष्टाचार संरक्षणाय मंगलाचरणादि द्योत्य मंगलाचरण द्योत्य अयम आद्य श्लोकः, द्योत्यो अयम आद्य श्लोक. So this Vishishta Achara Samrakshanaya, to Mangala Acharanam is a tradition that every Acharya has to do Mangala Acharanam, because Vinanubandham Granthadav Mangalam Naiva Shashyate. Without Anubandha and without Mangalam, that Grantha is not worthy of worship, worthy of praise. So in a Grantha, in the beginning, two things have to be there: Anubandha and Mangalacharanam. So I will tell you that shloka. So here what is meant is Vishishta Achara Samrakshanaya. To maintain that tradition, see, Mangalacharanam does not mean writing one shloka, like this Mangalam Dishatu Me Ityadi. That is not Mangalacharanam. Real Mangalacharanam is what? Invoking Bhagavan's grace, invoking Bhagavan's blessings. In Brahma Sutra Bhashya, is there Mangalacharan shloka? There is no Mangalacharan shloka. Before Adhyas Bhashya, where is Mangalacharan? First line of Adhyas Bhashya itself is Mangalacharanam. So you say, where? There is no shloka. Shloka is not important. Are you remembering that Paramatma Tattva? That is Mangalacharanam. Athato Brahma Jignasa, where is Mangalacharanam? Says Atha Shabda's sound is Mangalacharanam. The sound of Atha Shabda is Mangalacharanam. So Krita Mangalacharana Dyotya, so that is revealed. Dyotya, Dyotanam means to show, to express. So Mangalacharanam is shown in this way. Ayam Adya Shlokaha. This first shloka, Mangalam Dishatu. So that is the Mangalacharanam. Now, second shloka. Atmalabhat paro labho Nastiti munayo viduhu Talvavartham kavistauti Swatmanam parameshwaram. Atmalavat paro labho Nastiti munayo viduhu Tallabhartham kavistauti Swatmanam parameshwaram. So this is the shloka. These shlokas are Sureshwaracharya's composition, and on that this Sanskrit Tika is the work of Ramatirthaji. And whenever Dakshinamurti Stotra shloka comes, you will see that anyway. So here we will stop. We will continue tomorrow. So Dyotya word means, Dyotanam means to express. Okay. So that word is also there. You can see. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punaha Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.